Good morning and Shabbat Shalom. Day 602. Since 58 hostages have been brutally, barbarically, violently, and inhumanely waking up to the hell called Gaza by the inhumane, barbaric, rapist, modern-day Nazis, monsters of Hamas, Palestinian Islamic Jihad, UNRWA, the UN, Al Jazeera, the Red Cross, just the regular civilians in Gaza, and with the financial help and support of Qatar, Egypt, and Iran, and moral support of Macron from France, UK, and Canada. We are here every morning, never giving up, to demand from these inhumane, barbaric, rapist, modern-day Nazis, monsters to surrender and let all 58 hostages go immediately, at once, in one phase, one bus, all of them together. No one is left behind, and Israel should give up nothing. Israel accepted the new Witkoff plan. Hamas rejected it. Why? Because they would only accept a deal that guarantees that Israel will stop the war. Newsflash, that's never gonna happen as long as Hamas is still in power and as long as they're holding our hostages. They're accepting that we will accept a deal that give us only part of the hostages and we will end the war, and then we will hope that by the goodwill of the Hamas terrorists, then they will release the rest of the hostages. They think that we are that dumb, but we're not, and we are done with the cycle of death and destruction caused by Hamas in the last 3 decades, and we are done with surrendering for ceasefires again and again. Every time there's a war, something escalating in this region, Israel is forced to do ceasefire, and then we're just going back to normal until a few years later when they're gonna attack us again, when they want desperately to annihilate Israel, and they swear the vow they would do October 7 and again, we would not let that happen. We will continue with the war with Gideon's chariot. We continue to take more land and evacuating more areas until Hamas break down and cry and surrender and give us back our people. That's the only option. Once we take over all of Gaza, we will just take the hostages by ourselves by force, because there's no other choice. Hamas continuously claiming, oh, this deal is more favoring Israel. These are the monsters who massacred so brutally 1,200 people in one day, murdered babies, beheaded men, and raped the women, burned families alive, and then kidnapped 251 people, and still holding 58 and not letting them go, even though they crying famine and starvation and genocide and all that bullshit. All of it can end right now if you let our people go and surrender, but they won't, because they don't give a fuck about the lives of Gazans, Palestinians. There's no starvation, there's no famine. All of this is fucking bullshit, and there is no genocide. While Hamas leaders are saying that over 50,000 babies have been born since the beginning of the war. The population of Gaza keep growing. Tell me, how is this a genocide? At the beginning, before the Holocaust, there were about 15 million Jews worldwide, and after the Holocaust there were minus 6 million. That's what a genocide looks like, when a group of people is being targeted and being systematically murdered because of their race or their religion, their beliefs, but literally systematically being murdered and targeted and wrapped up and put in gas chambers. That's what the genocide is, not a war against terrorist maniacs who are using their own people as human shields. And many times these people want to be human shields because for them that's the greatest honor. Become martyrs, become shaheeds. But Israel is targeting specifically the terrorists, and the statistic, the data, the actual data comes out eventually from Gaza is proving that point. But we continue going. Yesterday was a very sad day in Israel as a 2-week-old baby who was fighting for his life after he was shot brutally by a monster terrorist. His mother, who was on the way to the hospital to give birth to him, Teila Gez, may she rest in peace and her memory forever be a blessing. She didn't survive this attack. His father buried him yesterday. Chaim Ravid, may you rest in peace and your memory forever be a blessing. Another example of how Jews cherish life and our enemies cherish death. Hamas, as a reminder, celebrated the killing of Teila Gez, a pregnant woman who was on the way to give birth. On this Shabbat, I want to wish everyone a peaceful Shabbat, for the IDF soldiers to be safe and complete the tasks safely, take over Gaza and bring back our people and come back home safely yourself. For the 58 hostages to come back home today, either been rescued or released, to have Shabbat dinners with your families and Shavuot holiday, which is coming up soon, I believe Sunday. And for the Jewish nation around the world, stay strong, resilient and proud. Never give up on your Jewish pride. Remember that we are a nation that is immortal. There's never gonna be any enemy, any nation that's gonna rise against us is gonna succeed. We will forever live proudly in our homeland, ancestral homeland, Israel, between the Jordan River throughout Judea and Samaria, all the way to the Mediterranean Sea for eternity. Am Israel will always be. And today I want to say why I'm wearing a little more formal shirt. I'm on the way in a few minutes. As soon as I'll finish posting this, I'm going on the way finally after so many years for my naturalization ceremony. Today I'll become finally a US citizen. So happy for this incredible moment for my life. I'm gonna be a proud Israeli and proud American, and I'm gonna present both countries. I am gonna swear my loyalty to the United States today, and my loyalty to Israel will always be. I will be able to vote. I will be able to vote for the people, the representative who are aligned with my values, who stand up for the Jewish people, who stand up for American values. And I will be able to, but maybe I will also run for office. We will see about that. Am Israel Chai forever, and Shabbat Shalom.